Hello, my name's Shadow. I will be going by Shadow on here, just because I like to keep my identity maybe a bit more concealed in the online world of things. But those who know me IRL, know me IRL. I ask those who do know me to maybe not expose my name, just for now until I'm a bit more comfortable with this. That's all I ask. Because for the longest time, I've felt like the digital world is a very scary world. There's a lot of people, and I'm always very much people oriented, so I'd be like, oh, what if that person says that about me, or what if they're gonna say something mean? I can't keep caring about that, and I've come to terms with that. And I feel like I've slowly started to, I don't know, pull back from caring about what those people think about me. I've become more comfortable in myself personally, but the most important factor is that there are people who need to hear my story. There are people who need to hear the struggles and the good times that life has as well. Because for many years, I thought that life was never gonna get better. I thought that it was just gonna be this constant, ongoing loop and cycle of pain, which partially it is, don't get me wrong, but you don't understand how beautiful life can be in those moments until you're in them. And I'm telling you, like, there's nothing, like, depression is an illness, mental health illness, related to fear. Its underlying roots is fear of more pain, fear of being treated the same, and it's exhausting, right? And you can be clouded with this overwhelming sense of negativity around your perspective and perception. And that perception and perspective weighs heavily on whether or not you can get out of that cycle, actually. And what I've done for many years is I help people get out of that cycle and out of that constant loop of depression or of their mental health. Anxiety and depression kind of go hand in hand with those types of things, in my experience. I'm not a professional, I should say that much. I am a second-year psychology student, so I'm not saying this with a professional expertise. I should make that as a disclaimer, but I am speaking from experiences of helping people as well as helping myself through these troubles. And I'm trying to voice them as best as I can, without having a degree fully yet. But I'm tired of containing my knowledge and my experiences because I have a feeling that they could just help somebody out there. And that's what I'm honestly here for. I'm not here to get money or any of that. I'm here to help people, and that's what I'm trying to do with this. So, all in all, the matter of the fact is, like I said, depression is a perspective illness. So when there's a bunch of negativity around you and it feels like that's your whole world, sometimes it takes an external factor or an external person to kind of break that bubble of thought. And that's what I do. I do it very controlled, though, because sometimes breaking those bubbles of thought, if you don't do it carefully, can be pretty catastrophic and can cause breakdowns. But I do it very gradual, so it's not like a sudden burst. It's just a slowly release of like negativity as I go. That's the best way to put it. You don't want to pop the balloon. You want to like poke a hole in it so it deflates very slowly. That's kind of the strategy that I go at with it. And it seems to work. It's kind of a bit of like an exposure type of therapy aspect, but it's not quite. It's a mental exposure rather than, I think it's just more of mentally exposing themselves to different perspectives. Because, for example, they'll be like, well, all grass is green. Well, no, some grass is yellow because it starts to die, or some grass is brown because it's died already or it's covered in mud. Some grass is a light green. So the point is that, it's a very subjective opinion that they have or perspective that they have about something. And the point is to kind of poke holes in their perspective and in their flaws to kind of let the light in a little bit. And that's the whole point, really. Because for me, when I was growing up with major depression, I had these really dark, clouding thoughts where I had a very subjective opinion of how my life was supposed to turn out. Okay, well, I'm gonna get married, I'm gonna have kids, I'm gonna have to work a job till the day I die. I'm gonna have all these things, okay? I'm gonna have all these things, but at the end of the day, if I have a wife, a husband, it doesn't matter who, if I have a husband, a wife, kids, whatever, a job, and all this shit, and I can just predict, I can just literally see how my life would play out like that. I could live every moment in my head premeditated and, planned out already in my mind. Then what's the point of going through all the pain to get to that point if I already know what it's gonna feel like and gonna be like? That was my struggle. I could only feel the pain in the moments, and because I was so focused on the future, I was so focused on oh hey, I'm just gonna live the exact same lives that everybody else lives. They get married, they have kids, they work a job that they're not happy with, and they have a dysfunctional family sometimes. I was like, that's not really what I want. I don't want to be alone either. So what is the point of all this, right? That was the major question I had. What is the point of me going through all this suffering and all this pain if at the end of the day I know how it's going to turn out anyway? It's going to end in me dying either way. It was a very grim way of thinking, but that's kind of just the perspective some people have when it comes to, and some people's are different, but that's just kind of the perspective people have when it comes to depression. It's a very clouded field of vision. I just feel that, because of everything that I've gone through and because of how I've navigated through things, it would be a shame for me to not put myself out there, knowing that the whole reason and the whole promise I made to myself when I was going through that struggle is that if I have to suffer and if I have to go through all this struggle so nobody else has to, I will. I will. 100-fold. 100-fold. Because the matter of the fact is, as much as my life matters, 100 more matter more than mine. And, I want to put myself out there so that I can be that anchor, that beam of light that I needed when I was a kid. Or at any point in life. Doesn't matter if you're a kid or an adult. If you need light to shine through into your mind, let this be your sign. Let this be your glimpse of light. And I'm living proof. I want you to understand. I want to be living proof of the fact that you can get past it, that you can succeed in life, that you can do what you want, that life can be so much more than just what you think it is. And let God, be the ultimate testament of that at the end of the day. But, you need to understand that life isn't just surface level things. It can be so much more. And I'm happy to be kind of making my first facial debut online here. And I hope it goes well, and I hope that I'm able to help some people in my journey here. Anyway, that's all. I'm out of time. All right. Thank you for listening this long if you have. Take care.